Total siege. Ukrainian troops use U.S. HIMARS M142 to destroy Russian defense base in Kherson. Using U.S.-supplied HIMARS missile systems, Ukrainian military forces have struck a strategic bridge in the Russian-occupied city of Kherson, which was then closed to civilian traffic. The Antonivskyi Bridge, the main crossing point of the Dnipro River in the Kherson region, is used by the Russian military as its primary supply route and essentially links Ukraine to Russian-annexed Crimea. The Ukrainian military has said that the goal of this strike and others that have taken place isn't to destroy the bridges, but damage them to close them to heavy traffic, while still allowing civilian traffic to cross. And this was confirmed as the case by Kirill Strumusov, deputy head of the Russian proxy Kherson administration, who told Interfax that the integrity of the Antonivskyi Bridge remains intact. However, he said that the bridge was closed to civilian traffic. He characterized the talk about the bridge attack as hysteria and that this is a bluff. Now the bridge is shut off to traffic, which only made life a little more difficult for the population of Kherson and the Kherson region. Let me emphasize again, the outcome of the hostilities, the counterattack, will in no way be dictated by their Ukraine military performance, Strumusov said. Traffic on the bridge is blocked. Indeed, another HIMARS strike was launched during the night, Strumusov wrote on his Telegram channel. We have provided for all things like this, and in fact, there are several ferry crossings, he added. This wasn't the first attack on the bridge. Ukraine's military posted a video on the social media site Telegram on Wednesday night, which reportedly showed several missiles striking the bridge. The Ukrainian military lost Kherson, which is located just north of Russian-annexed Crimea, in the early days of the war. Since then, Ukrainian forces have conducted several counterattacks, but to no avail thus far. But with the bulk of Russian forces tied up in the eastern Donbass region of the country, there are fewer troops available to Russian commanders in the south. Ukrainian commanders believe this is the time for an offensive to retake the city. Natalia Humeniuk, a spokeswoman for Operational Command South, echoes that the Ukrainian military wants the bridge infrastructure intact, calling the missile attack blows to the bridge, but precise. Our forces keep strategic logistics and transport routes under fire control, which are critical to the enemy. We are not destroying the infrastructure, we are destroying the enemy's plans, Humeniuk said. Deputy Prime Minister Irina Vereshchuk urged residents to leave the city last month as Ukrainian forces plan to move to deoccupy the Russian-held area. To prepare for a push on Kherson, the Ukrainian military intelligence has trained and sent in an unknown number of guerrillas who blend in with the civilian population, conduct sabotage and assassination missions, and report on the dispositions of Russian troops. Many Western military officials and analysts, however, doubt that Ukraine has the manpower and heavy weapons for such an undertaking at this time. But as Russian forces are weaker in the region after sending troops to the Donbass, the Ukrainian military believes the time is ripe for an offensive, as much for the country's morale as a military objective. But while they have retaken towns and villages in the region, it has been slow progress, and they are still far, 30 miles, from Kherson. The urban street fighting that would require such an undertaking would be a bloody affair on both sides and likely reduce the city to rubble. Meanwhile, Ukrainian military officials claim that their troops have reached a turning point in the battle to reclaim the southern region of Kherson, claiming that Western weapons, including HIMARS, will be used to successfully reclaim the territory from the Russians. Speaking on Ukrainian television on Sunday, the administrative head of the Kherson region, Sergei Klon, said that Ukrainian troops are no longer in a defensive position. We can say that a turning point has occurred on the battlefield. We are switching from defensive to counteroffensive actions, Klon said, adding that the Kherson region will definitely be liberated by September and that all the occupiers' plans will fail. Klon also said on Facebook on Saturday that the Ukrainian offensive was a continuation of the operation to cut off the Kherson group of Russians from supply and that it would not have been possible without weapons and ammunition supplied by the West. If Ukraine is successful in reclaiming control of Kherson, it would be a huge blow for Russia and the Kremlin's plans to potentially launch an invasion of Moldova to the west of Ukraine. Without Kherson, and without full control of Ukraine's southern region, a land bridge between Russian-occupied Donbass, Crimea, and Moldova would be impossible.